Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle for the Premier League predictions and hope everyone is well. Guys, get involved. This is game week 5 of the Premier League predictions now. So yeah, get involved. Let me know the team you support as well in the comments. Me and Martin are going to chat about every Premier League game this weekend. We're going to predict each one. And yeah, we're going to talk also about the last ones as well from the weekend just gone. Yeah, let's see who's in the chat first then. So, Callum, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Jack, let's hope that Leicester City don't have any more issues with VAR this weekend against Everton. Yeah. Uh, Eddie, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Hey, Jack, easy 3 points this weekend. No game's easy, mate, in the Premier League, I'm afraid. You got to go and earn it. David, how are you, my friend? Hope you're good. Dawn, hello. Hello, Alfie. And hello to everybody. Guys, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the Final Whistle, please get down and do so. It would help me out massively if you can do that. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this stream. Let's try and get 25 likes on the stream tonight. So if you can all hit that like button, that would be very much appreciated. And yeah, let's get my guest in. You know who it is on a regular basis, Mr. Football Marty. Marty,
Jack,
how are
how you
you, my
doing?
friend?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Very good.
Good, good.
Yeah, been a tough start for my boys. It's been a really tough 4 weeks in the Premier League, and we need to get things up and going this weekend because it's a massive weekend for the Saints.
It is. Martin, who's surprised you so far in the Premier League? I mean, who's done well? Who's not done as well as you thought they would so far
Mm.
in the first 4 games?
Brighton have been good, haven't they? Been impressed with them. I know they drew at the weekend, but they've had a solid start. I think they're unbeaten in all competitions right now, so they've had a really good start. Stand out for me. No one's
Evening,
really
Luke.
surprised me really. I
Evening,
think
Cameron.
it's a lot harder for the promoted teams than what we thought. To be honest, it was never going to be easy, was it? Going back to the Premier League, it's an unforgiving league. You know, you miss a penalty and you can end up 2-0 down inside 3 minutes after missing it. So it is a really brutal division to be in. But no one's really shocked me at this moment in time. Maybe surprised at how poor Spurs have been. I watched a bit of them this season. I tipped them for the top 4, and
Mm.
it's not really happened for them at all.
No, I agree. Martin, before we kick on with the predictions, let everybody know where they can find you, mate, on the socials and that.
Yeah, well, there's my username just down there at football Martin _. Go give me a sub on YouTube if you've not done so already. I'm also on TikTok creating Premier League and Southampton content. I'm going to mix it up a bit in the next couple of weeks, and I'll do a lot of Southampton content, but I want to do other games as well and other content. So I'm going to really start to focus on the teams in and around Southampton, that's for sure. And yeah, going to do a bit of a check-in with different clubs over the next international break.
Fantastic. Guys, go and subscribe to Football Martin if you haven't already, and you're a Leicester fan or just a neutral in general. Go and check Martin's page out. Spurs bloody awful against Coventry. They didn't deserve to go through. The thing is, you can play bad sometimes and pick up points in the Premier League or any league you're in. Sometimes it's the way football is. Sometimes if you don't take your chances, you get punished. And obviously Coventry, last night in the cup, they played really well against Spurs. They got the goal through Thomas Asante. Coventry, I thought, were well on top in that game. And then Spurs scored 2 late goals and Coventry go out. So that's football. It happens, doesn't it, Martin, in these, obviously, different competitions.
Yeah, no, I did watch a bit of the game actually last night. I didn't see the first half, but from what I saw, Spurs are quite poor. I thought Cov played really well. But it's yeah, sometimes it's not the best team that goes through, is it? I thought Everton were better than Southampton potentially the other night. Southampton had a lot of possession against Everton, but Everton probably had the better clear cut chances. Goes to penalties, and it's a bit, it's a lottery. But yeah, Alfie's in the chat below. Hope Southampton get relegated. I think he's saying something along those lines. The cheat.
I think he's a Newcastle fan.
Not sure how we cheats. Maybe one player was a little bit. I don't know why you like about Southampton. I wouldn't let you bother me really, but yeah, I wouldn't say Southampton are cheats. But Ben Brereton Diaz wasn't great, but Newcastle in a different league. Crack on with what you're doing. We're cracking on with what we're doing.
Fair enough. Martin, let's get into week 4. Let's have a look at week 4, the last weekend. Obviously, before I have a look at all that, let's have a look at the scores of how we've both done over the 4 weeks
Yeah,
we've been doing
I'm doing
this.
all right, Jack. I know.
There we are. I'm looking a bit concerned there, thinking, where's all these points going to come from? Martin looks as happy as a jolly man. He's happy at the minute with 10 points ahead. I think the
10 on
final
you.
whistle's got to start upping his game with these predictions because
I've made massive improvements on a season ago because I was absolutely dreadful at predicting anything last season. Certainly Premier League game wise, I was dreadful. But yeah, using my head a little bit more at the moment.
fantastic. Let's have a look at the game week 4, Martin. We'll look at some of the fixtures. Southampton 0, Man United 3. Cameron Archer got punished for missing that penalty. I thought it was a poor penalty, to be fair, Martin. I said to travelling down to Palace, if they are to miss this penalty, then they're going to get punished for it. Man United did. Obviously, Southampton ended up getting sent off as well, didn't they, in the game? Not what you'd have wanted, but 3-0. Would you say that's a reasonable score from the weekend in how the game went? Obviously, Southampton had a good, I believe, 25 minutes in the first half, but then it all seemed to have gone sour, Martin, from that penalty miss.
Yeah, Southampton were very good for the opening 25 minutes. Brereton Diaz actually had the ball in his hand when Tyler Dibblings won the penalty. He's got the ball in his hands, Brereton Diaz. He's taken 7 penalties before he scored 7. So you thought that he was the man to take it. Archer's not had a penalty before in professional football that we know of, or we can't see any record of it. And he didn't look confident from the minute he stepped up, but we were quite unprofessional after missing that penalty. Heads dropped quickly. United took the lead within inside 3 minutes. Could have scored before that. And Ramsdale's called into action in front of it. It was Marcus Rashford. Makes a good save from him. And to be fair, it could have been 4 or 5 at half time. I thought Aaron Ramsdale in the Southampton goal was absolutely tremendous for Saints and kept the score down. And we never really, I don't think we had another shot at target after missing that penalty, but bitterly disappointing. But I'll tell you what, Ipswich Town won't be disappointed with that result against Brighton and Hove Albion. I was on the podcast this afternoon with an Ipswich fan, and they said they were lucky, but to walk out of there with a point. But I tell you what, that's a brilliant point for Ipswich at the moment, isn't it? 2 points on the board. I know it hasn't been a blistering start, but they had a really tough opening run of fixtures, didn't they?
Yeah, Ipswich have had a tough run of fixtures. I think they'd have took that massive point at the Amex. It might do well for them at the end of the season to keep them up. Liam Delap had a chance where he ran the ball on his own and then he ended up hitting the upright to the post, and a good chance for him. But then you look at Crystal Palace, Leicester. I mean, Leicester fans would have probably took a point before the game. But then you look at the game itself, 2-0 up, Jamie Vardy again, beating a £65 million rated Mark Guehi with pace, and you're thinking surely Mark Guehi would get there first. Jamie Vardy ran none of it. He rounded Dean Henderson and put it into the net. Leicester made it 2 in that early seconds, Martin, to that second half. Stefan Mavididi making the most of his start. I thought Leicester played really well in the game. Mateta, I mean, there was arguments over the VAR decision. I don't know how much you've looked at that one, Martin, for the first goal. They seem to have deemed it as onside, but if you look at other angles and that, you're kind of thinking, well, Leicester's not happy with this. It's clearly offside, yeah. So then Mateta got a late penalty through the foul of Connor Cody, and Leicester, I think we deserve 3 points in the game, to be fair. But when you go defensive, Martin, it's how long can you hold on, to be fair, and can you see the game out? But then, the penalty ended up punishing us. We ended up a point instead of 3 points. But West Ham nicking it a point late on at Fulham.
Yeah.
I think Danny Ings scored in that game.
Yeah, he scored in
Was
a
it correct
90,
to me?
90.6, didn't he? Something like that. It was really, really deep into stoppage time. But it just shows that they kept hold of him, and he could have easily gone in the window, couldn't he? I think there were clubs interested. He wants to stay and fight for his place, and yeah, what a way to do it. Gets a point on the board for them. But there's a big shock, isn't there, at Anfield with
Mm.
that defeat to Nottingham Forest. I've not seen the highlights from that game actually. I've seen the goal, but I've not seen all the highlights. I usually watch the 30-minute highlights of each game on my Sky Sports app. But I've got to say, that was a big shock of the weekend, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, it's a big win for Forest, that, and it's a big scalp of beating Liverpool.
Mm.
Obviously, everyone would have wrote Forest off before the
They're a good
game.
side. They're a really good side.
Hudson-Odoi with a goal to win it for the Reds. Manchester City, it's really no surprise, is it, that Erling Haaland's on the score sheet again. 2 goals at the weekend for him. He could have had a hat-trick. Wissa looks very good for Brentford, Martin. I mean, he's scored quite a few this season already. Haaland, though, 9 goals in 4 games for him.
That's mad, isn't it?
Talk to me how good them 2 players are, both for Man City and for Brentford.
Haaland's brilliant, isn't he? He's just an absolute monster of a machine. That bloke, it's just unbelievable to score the goals he's scoring in the division. He'd be in everyone's fantasy team, like I said last week. He's just a unbelievable player. But West is good. I thought he was good against Southampton the week before when Saints played Brentford. I thought he's a really good player. Or before the international break, even. But yeah, I think Brentford they give him a good game. To be fair, from what I was told, and run them quite close. 2-1, quite a narrow defeat for them. But Brentford will be fine this season. Looks like they've put the Ivan Toney saga behind them, and yeah, they're moving forward. But that front three of Brentford's is decent, isn't it?
Yeah. Everton again, 2-0 up, and they ended up losing 3-2 again, Martin. It looks like
Disaster.
a very sort of bad situation at Everton. They seem real lack of confidence. It feels like when they went 2-0 up, they had to defend quite a bit,
Yeah.
like they did against Bournemouth when they lost 3-2 there. Aston Villa, Ollie Watkins, again, mine back on the goal. But let's talk about John Duran's goal. I mean,
Oh, what a
what a
goal.
hit.
They were talking in the week, weren't they, last week about the screamer had disappeared from the game. The players wouldn't shoot from outside the box anymore. But I tell you what, that was an unbelievable goal. What a brilliant, brilliant strike from Duran. But you look at Everton, you like the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He on his day, he's unplayable as a striker, isn't he? I thought he looked really good, Calvert-Lewin, at times. I still think Everton will start to get some wins together. I think they'll start to, in a minute, I think they'll turn the corner. At some stage, you'll be hoping it's not this weekend, but I thought they played some good stuff against Southampton in the week. They've got some good players in there. And I still think that a lot of people got, they're their favourites to go down, but I have a feeling I think they'll probably pull themselves out of it one way or another.
Yeah, Nkunku scoring for Chelsea, 1-0 against Bournemouth, very late on. Crackers in the game at Newcastle. Fabian Schär with an absolute belter, and then Harvey Barnes topped it off. 3 points for Newcastle. Wolves are in a sticky pickle, isn't they, Martin, regarding the start they've had to the Premier League at the minute? I mean, what was your thoughts on the Newcastle game and the North London derby as Arsenal ended up beating Spurs?
I've tipped Wolves to go down. I think they might do. They're really struggling, aren't they? Harvey Barnes' goal for Newcastle, by the way, outstanding. What a strike. Absolute strike. Screaming a hit, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. The North London derby, I watched bits of it, but it bored me to death, to be honest. It was a dreadful game, I thought. Didn't enjoy it in the slightest, to be honest. I thought Spurs are just struggling a bit at the moment. Arsenal, good result for them to go to Tottenham away and walk away with the 3 points. It sets them up nicely. But yeah, I think Wolves are going to struggle. Like I think Eddie said there, I think Wolves are really going to struggle. Everton, it's a big year. They want to stay in the Premier League, won't they? Because that new stadium. As for Southampton, I chatted to a mate of mine earlier, and he was still saying, "Do you know what? Somewhere along the line, we're going to give someone a good idea because we play some good football and we've got some really good players in the side. I just think a few things need to click for Saints. And do you know what? They might just pull clear of it. You never know."
Yeah, that's football, isn't it? Evening, Simon. Hope you're good, mate. Martin, let's get on to the predictions then for game week 5. Guys, get your predictions in as well as we go through now each game. We're going to start at the London Stadium, Martin. West Ham United versus Chelsea, the London
Yeah.
derby. How do you see this one go between West Ham and Chelsea, Martin?
Chelsea surprising everyone, aren't they? I think everyone thought that Chelsea were going to have a nightmare this season, but that they're fine. They've started really well, haven't they? Enzo's doing an okay job there. He's got a huge amount of players to choose from. I would imagine you think they'd have too much for West Ham in this one. That's my gut feeling. I think they'll win it. Chelsea. I'm going to go with a narrow win. They're going to go with a 2-1. I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with 2-1. Going to stick it out there. I think I put it in the WhatsApp group in our predictions of 2-1 win. I should have printed off my predictions. I can't remember what I went with, but pretty sure I went with a Chelsea win.
Yeah, Struggles has gone 2-2.
Hello, Struggles. How you doing? Okay, mate.
I think the thing is, this game always kicks off around about bloody lunchtime when these two play each other. You know, there's normally quite a few goals between these two. You know, it's normally end-to-end stuff when these two play.
Yeah.
Normally, a VAR decisions normally comes into play when these two play each other.
Yeah.
I think. And Kunku, you know, is going to be pivotal in this one. I think Cole Palmer as well, another one who's done very well again. I'm going to go for a close game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea win. Unfortunately, a win for Chelsea. I'm good, thanks, Martin. Yeah, Chelsea to win it for me at the London Stadium. Next one, Martin. Aston Villa v Wolves. How do you see this one going between the two sides? Obviously, one's really doing well, the other one not so much. Villa Wolves.
Yeah, I had a good look at Aston Villa in midweek in the Champions League. I think it was Tuesday night against Young Boys. I thought they were really dominant in that first half performance. How much that takes it out of them going into the weekend? They should have more than enough to beat Wolves, so you would think. It's been an interesting game, though. I'm going to go with the Villa win. I'm going to go 3-0 Villa. I think they'll comfortably get that one over the line, even playing the Champions League in midweek. Did someone say that Ollie Watkins may have picked up an injury in that game again in the Champions League in midweek? They'd be hoping he's fit, but you still think they'd have more than enough. I think they're a very, very organised side. They're I tell you what, the job that Unai Emery's done there is quite incredible. I'm very much enjoying the vlogs that's being produced by Villa on Tour. By the way, I'm really enjoying getting a little bit of an insight into Aston Villa. Actually, it's good to see their fans enjoying it. Yeah, I think they come out on top, Villa, on that one.
Yeah, it does some very good content at Villa on Tour. This one's always a real scrappy game between these two. You know, there's always one where the cards start coming out and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, both being in the West Midlands, you know, it's always one that they want to get one over on each other. Villa start, I think they've done very well. Wolves, I mean, yeah, they've not hoped to. They've done what they wanted to do. I think this one will be another tricky afternoon for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm going to go for Villa to win it, though, Martin. I'm going to go 2-0 Aston Villa. John Duran to score. Next one, Martin, is Fulham versus Newcastle United. I mean, both sides have started off well. Who do you see coming out on top at Craven Cottage?
Been an interesting one. I don't know. It's a tough one to call, mate. To be honest, have they won yet? Fulham? Have they got a win on the board yet? I don't know if they have.
Yeah,
they?
Yeah, they beat Leicester.
I beat Leicester. Of course they did. No, of course they totally forgot. I know Newcastle. I'm going to go with the draw, Jack. Actually, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. And Newcastle would go down there and draw. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
I'll tell you what, Martin, I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. I think Newcastle will have enough in this game. I think Isaac could be in the goals on this one. I think Harvey Barnes might get one as well. Fulham, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go Smith Rowe. So, yeah, Fulham to lose 2-1 to Newcastle. Next one, Martin, the King Power Stadium. Leicester versus Everton. A massive game for Leicester, a crucial
Mm,
game for both sides. If you're a Premier League fan, but if you support either club, then this one's going to be a tasty one, to be fair, and it's a massive game for both sides who look for their first win of the season.
mm.
How do you see this one going down then at the King Power Stadium? Have Leicester got enough to see off the Toffees?
Feels like a 6-pointer, doesn't it? Really, I think it's
Yeah.
a massive game for both clubs. You know, a bit like the Southampton Ipswich game. And there's two huge games this weekend. Game week 5, and we've already got 6 pointers. It's unbelievable, isn't it? This is what the Premier League is like, though. Leicester at home, bit more pressure on Leicester probably being at home because the fans would be expecting to try and get a result. I think it'd be really close. I have a feeling it'll end up in a draw, and it won't be a particularly good result for either teams. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one, Jack. Dominic Calvert-Lewin um, and Jamie Vardy.
Interesting. I think Vardy will start this one. Obviously, two goals in 4 games for the Leicester striker. I think he'll add to his tally in this one. Leicester's got to attack the game from the off. They did that against Palace. We can't afford to, if we are leading the game second half, to go and sit back and defend. We've got to go all out and make sure we get them 3 points because it's pivotal. This will be crucial for our season if we get 3 points. We can't
Massive.
afford to drop points against Everton, and we've got to take advantage being at home and that. And I think it's going to be pivotal this season with the home games that we do pick up as many points as we can because it's going to be key to staying up. I tell you what, I'm going to go Jamie Vardy to score, Leicester to win 2-1. Well, 3-1 Leicester, 3-2. I mean, that'd be an interesting game if it's 3-2. But next one, Martin, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. How do you see Liverpool taking on Bournemouth in this one? I mean, Liverpool need a reaction, don't they, after that defeat to Forest? Do you see them going back to winning ways in the Premier League in this one?
Absolutely, yeah. I think they will get back to winning ways. I think Bournemouth are a good side. I've been impressed with Bournemouth for what I've seen of them, but I do think that they come out on top in this one. Liverpool going to go with a 3-1 Liverpool win in this. I do believe that Bournemouth may net, but yeah, I'm with Eddie Bob. He said what I was going to go with, but yeah, I think Liverpool will bounce back this weekend.
I'm going to go 2-0. I think Liverpool have enough to see this game through, but you can never count off Bournemouth. If Forest can surprise Liverpool, maybe Bournemouth can think, you know what, we can actually go and get something as well. But I think you'd fancy Bournemouth more if they was at home. Obviously, I don't think they're as great away as they are at home, but they're well-drilled side, Bournemouth. You can't take that away from them. And, that guy who they've signed from Porto, I think, they'll hope he can get something in this game. But yeah, 2-0 Liverpool. I'm going to go Mo Salah to score. I think it'd be an interesting one at Anfield, to be fair. But the next one, another London derby, Spurs v Brentford. North London versus West London. Spurs at home. Obviously, Spurs in the first 4, Martin, they seems to be playing some good stuff. They just can't seem to see games. Finishing the game and winning the game. Obviously they beat Everton, haven't they? They didn't do out at Newcastle. Lost in the North London derby, which is going to hurt. Losing to your bitter rivals, but how do you see them going against Brentford? I mean, this surely is a tricky game with Wissa and then Bumo doing really well at Brentford. I think they'll cause a threat in this game. But do you think Spurs have got enough to see off Brentford?
Yeah, I think it'd be a close game, but I think Spurs are due a good performance in a minute. I think they're probably going to give someone a good hiding in a minute. I really do. But yeah, I'm going to predict a Spurs win in this one. I like Brentford. I think great manager in charge. I like what they do, but I think Spurs a run out victory with a victory in this one. I'm going to go with the same result that they ended up picking up last week. Brentford, they're on the receiving end of a 2-1 defeat, and I'm going to go with a 2-1 defeat again.
Yeah, I'm going to back you, Martin. I'm going to go 2-1 to Spurs. I think Brentford do score. Armchair's gone for
Mm,
3-0. Some 3-0s in there, some 2-0s.
mm.
Martin St. Mary's is calling.
Yes.
Southampton versus Ipswich. How much of a pivotal game is this one? Surely this is a massive game for both clubs, and this could
Mm,
really kick on their season. Ipswich obviously have got points on the board, aren't they? Southampton struggling to really
yeah.
get going. How much of a massive game is this one at St. Mary's?
Yeah, it's big, massive, isn't it? I think as us and Everton, the only teams without a point on the
Mm,
boards yet. Um, Fifth time lucky for Southampton potentially. Good result in midweek against Everton for Saints, though it was on penalties. But Russell Martin's side didn't pick up a point against Tractor Boys last year. We didn't beat Ipswich once last season. Russell Martin's personal head-to-head is winless against Ipswich Town as well. Drawn 2, lost 2.
mm,
The Saints need to bounce back, mate. They're going to need to get a result, really. I think there's more pressure on Southampton potentially than there is Ipswich, really. Ipswich got 2 points on the board. However, I just feel some Saints being at home, I think it just heaps the pressure on them. I really do, and that's what worries me, Jack. I just hope that our fans back back our team, back our manager, and everyone's but behind Russell and the boys, because they will need it and need everybody. But Tyler Dibbling looks good. I spoke about him last week, didn't I, on
he
the
looked
show?
good against Man United.
Yeah, I spoke about him a lot in the press last week. I thought he was brilliant against Man United. He's fearless. He's young. He's got everything you want to succeed at the top level. And I think I actually believe that he'd go and get a goal this weekend.
Mm,
Tyler Dibbling. I'm going to put him down to score. I went on Talking Town last night. And I went with a 1-1 draw. But do you know what? If Saints really turn up and really give it everything and everything comes together, I'll put down a 2-1 Saints win. I'm going to go with my heart over my head. I think my
okay.
head's telling me a 2-2 a 1-1 draw, but my heart, I'd love to see my team win at St Mary's at the weekend. It would mean a lot. So first win at St Mary's, first goals at St Mary's. Tyler Dibbling off the score sheet, and Saints to win 2-1.
Arthur, I think you've got the wrong prediction show, mate. You might want to go and watch a Championship one, because we definitely won't be doing Cardiff versus Leeds on this one. This is a Premier League predictions. What did the Ipswich fans say? I mean, what was his predictions for the game?
Say again, sorry, mate.
What was the Ipswich fans' prediction?
Oh, they think it's going to be tight. They all thought it was going to be tight. They're a bit concerned where their goals are going to come from actually as well. I think that they feel they're going to edge it. They beat us twice last season. Thriller at Portman Road in April, wasn't there, at Easter time? They were. I think they feel that they've got enough to beat us. Jack Clark coming to the side. They were saying at the weekend that they believe that Smodjic could go in and play in the 10. But for me, I think Southampton, I think Ugachuk with Downs and midfield look a really good partnership. I just think they need to bring some flair in them, and Mateus Fernandez looked good against United last week. And I think Saints can cause them trouble. I just think getting the ball up the field nice and quick and not letting Ipswich press us too much. I think that they will come and press us, Ipswich. I do believe that.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm gonna sit on the fence.
I think that's the likely outcome, to be fair, actually.
I think a draw.
A point's no good for Southampton, really, in the grand scheme of things. A home game against Ipswich right now, when I look at our next 3 home games, Ipswich, I think it's Ipswich, Leicester, and Everton at home. So the next 3 home games are like crucial. If you go losing all those, that'd be the season.
You're in trouble. Yeah,
you're in big trouble. Yeah.
That's when you start asking questions then of, can we actually stay up, where the point's going to come from?
Yeah, like the managers, people are asking questions about the manager right now, but there's short memories, like real short memories. Like 4 games ago, we were at Wembley and everyone was calling them the Messiah. 4 games of the Premier League season, and everyone wants him sacked. It's unbelievable. Well, not everyone, but a large group of our fan base are not convinced that he didn't play it totally out from the back at the weekend. Aaron Ramsdale mixed it up loads, I thought. Just needs to get the flair players playing. Need to just get it ticking in the final third, and if we can make it tick, we'll start winning games. Yeah,
the Premier League is a tough league. Let's be honest. It's
It's brutal.
The thing is, if you looked at the teams last year that went down, Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield United, they struggled.
Yeah,
It's
they did. Yeah.
and the thing is, you have to pick up points from teams around you. You know what I mean? Obviously, some people say you might get the odd point against the top 6 sides and that, which is a bonus.
Certainly your home ones as well. Yeah,
But yeah,
certainly your home ones as well.
it's always about the teams around you, isn't it, where you get points from, which is the main thing. But Crystal Palace, Man United. I mean, Crystal Palace thrashed these last season at Selhurst Park. Do you think it could be on the cards again, or do you think Man United won't pay back?
Yeah, they won't pay back. I think they maybe turn the corner. United, to be fair, I didn't think they were great against us last week. I didn't see anything think, oh wow, this lot are going to go on and have a storming season. Rashford scored. He scored a few midweek. Good result against Barnsley. They'll be feeling a little bit of momentum right now. I think they go to London and win. I do think they'll win. I think it'll be 3-1 United. Palace did get a goal, but I do think United come out on top in this one, Jack.
I tell you what, I'm going to go for a close 2-1 to Man United. I think Man United.
Yeah, I think they
win the game.
They have too much.
Arthur's gone 2-2. I tell you what, I think Mateta's going to score in that game. I think he'll look to cause Delete some problems. Mateta, Nketiah obviously they got as well, haven't they? Forest, Brighton. Brighton have started off really well, haven't they? Forest, they'll be well up for this one after that big win against Liverpool, but tricky game at the City ground.
Very much so.
But how do you see Brighton going to Forest in this one? What do you reckon, Martin?
Forest would be really buoyant, won't they, after that result against Liverpool? Brighton have started really well. I think Forest at home, I think it'd be an interesting game, actually. I think Brighton are a superb side, but I saw a lot about Forest that I really liked when I watched them play at St Mary's before the international break. Carl Foster's put in the comments box below a 2-2 draw. I'm actually going to go with a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go with a score draw. I'm not sure who will win it. Not seen enough of Brighton really, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, Jack, in that one.
I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton. I tell you what, I'm going to go João Pedro to score. I think that'll be.
He's in my dream team, so that would be quite handy.
Is Brighton at home? No, they're away to Forest, mate. Forest.
It's a tough place to go in City ground.
Interesting. Brighton are in home against Forest. Are they? I'm just trying to think. Let me have a look. They might be at home, actually. Yes, they are. Yes, they are at home. Right, my
Brighton
bad.
at home.
Right, yeah. We're switching it. Brighton are going to the Amet.
I'll go with a Brighton win then. That changes it for me.
2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory to Brighton then, if they're at home.
There's me talking about the City ground. My bad. It's because I've somehow switched the bloody badges over. I don't know what I've done. 4-1 Brighton. 2-1. Thanks for letting me know. The Forest game is at Brighton. 2-1 Brighton. It's how I've done my badges. Sorry. At least someone's realised. That's the main thing. Thanks for letting me know.
The viewer from my channel, Jack, as well. That was as a viewer from broadcasting this live on mine as well.
Sometimes you make hiccups, Sometimes you make mistakes. But I'm glad someone's put me correctly on it. And next one, Martin, is Man City Arsenal.
Super Sunday.
How do you see this one going?
Well, I really look forward to this game last year, and it bored me from what I remember. I hope Arsenal go there and really have a go at them and beat them. Would be lovely, wouldn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to go against the grain. I think it'd probably be a City win. Personally, I'll tell you what. Sit on the fence and give it a draw. Give it a 1-1 draw, Jack. Both sides cagey. Go 1-1.
Someone's gone 3-0. Arsenal look to keep Haaland quiet in this game.
I don't see it being a high goal scoring game.
I tell you what, I'm going to go for a 2-1 City. 1-0 City. I've got low hopes due to last season. 3-2 Arsenal. interesting.
He's
But
right.
yeah,
Seth's correct in the chat as well. Seth said it was a boring game. Yeah, they are so boring, pair of them. They're mate. It's like watching paint dry.
yeah, some games could be like that, can't they, Martin? But no, Martin, thanks for coming on, mate. Do appreciate it.
You're welcome as always, mate.
Before I
Welcome.
let you go, let everybody know where they can find you, mate.
Yeah, my handle's just down there somewhere. I'll point to the right direction. There it is. Football Martin, go give me a follow. I know a few of you tuning in on my channel already. If you are and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It massively helps the channel. Like the video as well. And make sure you stay tuned to all my content for Southampton content. Get like and comment as well. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know there's a Southampton content creator out there that's a little bit different than everyone else. So make sure you share the love.
Cheers, Martin. And
Thank
all
you,
the
Jack.
best for your predictions
Thank you,
for
mate.
this weekend,
Cheers.
mate. Cheers,
Best wishes.
folks.
Thank you.
That was Football Martin. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. I really appreciate it. The blooper did come with the bloody Forest Brighton game. I did do a graphic proving Forest at home and Brighton away, but I put the wrong graphic up, which is my bad. But no. Look forward to the TikTok show too. Yeah. Guys, if you've enjoyed this stream, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the Final Whistle, please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively. Let's have a look at the last few comments. David Coos. Right. What's coming up on the Final Whistle then? So we've got the match preview tomorrow evening. Leicester take on Everton. Yeah, what a tasty game this one is. A massive game at the King Power Stadium as the Foxes look to get their first win of the season. Can they go and do it? Well, it remains to be seen. But yeah, I'll be looking ahead to the game tomorrow. So come and join me for that. I'll be live about 7 o'clock. So come and join me for that one. Next Wednesday, I'll be chatting with ex-Foxes fullback Paul Konchesky. He'll be joining me on the channel to have the first episode of Fox in the Box as we chat with ex-Leicester players about their careers and, of course, their time at Leicester and what they're up to nowadays. So, yeah, come and join me for that next Wednesday. That'll be at 8 o'clock on the 25th of September. So, yeah, come and join me for that if you're interested in that. Take care, everyone. Yeah, appreciate that, Callum. There'll be a match day vlog out on Saturday for Leicester versus Everton. Fingers crossed the Foxes can pull off that win. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Thursday night and keep it the Final Whistle.
Hi all, thank you for watching the Final Whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share and subscribe to the channel.